Hey guys, what is going on? Gil right here. Welcome back to the YouTube channel once again for another Danmachi Memoria Freese video. And today's video is going to be a long one. Trust me, this is probably going to be like a 30 to 40 minute video. Probably. I'm not sure exactly just yet, but probably. And there is so much information to go over. So much was announced during the fifth and a half anniversary live stream. I had no idea they were planning on revealing this much, you know, because initially I thought it was just going to be a normal anniversary, maybe a special character, and they'll send us on our way. That's it. But no, we're getting so much this anniversary. So many things are changing. So many things were announced to be changed. It's insane. It is genuinely insane. On top of that, we got the announcement that there is going to be a new type of rarity coming to the game. There is going to be a new set of characters that are going to be of a type of rarity, and it's going to be insane. Now, of course, if you guys going to enjoy this video, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know what you guys think about all the announcements they made, the new rarity, the new events coming up and stuff like that. Let me know. I'm curious to see what you guys have to say. Do you guys think it's for the better of the game or the worst of the game, or for the bad of the game? I should say that sounds about right? Okay, but yes, let me know in the comments. I'm curious to see what you guys have to say down below. Now, we start off with campaign information part 1, and this was very interesting because they kind of split it up into two parts effectively. Part 1 was one set of information. Part 2 was, of course, the second set of information. And obviously they were also revealing and talking about the Danmachi season 4 PV and stuff like that. So it was a pretty long live stream. I think the live stream went on for like an hour and a half, an hour 45 minutes. Usually the live streams go on for like at most an hour. So this one was long. It was a lot of information to go over. So let's have a look, see what part 1 has to offer. And I have to start off by saying I was wrong, because yes, they are rerunning the Knights of Fianna gacha banners. I don't think they're rerunning the tail, but they are rerunning the 5th anniversary units this month. Now, I wasn't expecting that, to be quite honest. I was expecting them to only do the 3rd anniversary next month, and then the 5th anniversary would get rerun before the next anniversary, and that's it, right? But I will admit I was wrong. They are rerunning these gacha banners, and they are rerunning all 5 banners from all 3 parts. So you have the honor banner, the loyalty banner with the start of the Knights of Fianna story. Then you'll have the part 2 banners with Felice, Lazar, and Finn. And then finally you have these 2 banners as well, the Tracks of Courage banners. So you got a lot to summon for. For me personally, of course, I'm trying to aim to try and get that Kid Felice as well as the Ryulu. Probably not gonna get them, to be quite honest. I wish they brought back like their heroic trials and stuff like that, but it's only the banners they're bringing back. But it's like every other rerun banner. It's 200 iris for every other step. Or no, it's only for the first time. Sorry, I stand corrected. It's not like the usual rerun banners. It's like a time limited rerun banner where the first step is 200 iris, and then it's 400 iris from there on for the 2nd, 4th, 7th, and 10th step, being 4-star guaranteed. So good luck if you're planning on summoning on these banners. I mean, these guys are still extremely powerful, right? You have Kid Felice, who's a staple on Record Buster teams. Helga is phenomenal for, you know, war games. Fianna, great for war games and Record Buster. Melia, fantastic for war games. Ryulu, war games. Lazar, Earth Lazar, fantastic for Record Buster. This banner, Finn is actually pretty decent for a dark team. Lazar is phenomenal for Record Buster and war games. Felice, Adult Felice is also pretty decent. And then you have this banner. Elmina is solid. Ulf is fantastic. Yuri is okay. Finn is brilliant. Alkitian, an unbelievable unit for Earth and Light teams. And then, of course, Galmus is great for stall teams, right? So all of these units are still really strong. So I wouldn't be really judging you or judging anybody if they went for this banner rather than the special banner that we're going to talk about later in this video. But I would say just be careful when you're summoning on this banner, because like I said, there is a massive banner coming up where I'd say that is the case of power creep to another level. You know, yesterday's video where I went and did the whole thing of 1st anniversary units in war games? No, the units coming up, the 1st anniversary units won't even come close to them. Honestly, they won't even come close to them. So yeah, like I said, these banners are coming back. So the first banner is going to start this week on the 15th. The next banner is on the 22nd, and then Tracks of Courage will start on the 5th of January. So you've got time. There's a lot of gap between the banners and stuff, so you have enough time. But I would say just be careful, like I said, because there is a big banner that's coming out this week as well. All right, so let's move on. Free 11 draw gacha every day. Fantastic. Always love this. This is brilliant. Even though I get shafted more often than not and I get min rolls, we are getting a free 11 draw gacha every day for, I think it's about a month if I'm not mistaken. And on top of that, this banner is also bringing along with it a update to the ticket gacha. So if you've been saving your tickets, it's finally time to use them. I know I've been saving my tickets as well, so be on the lookout for it as well. We will be doing a ticket, summon video basically on the channel, so be on the lookout. But yes, if you've been saving your tickets, make sure you keep them stocked up, because yes, the guaranteed 11 draw ticket gachas and all the other ticket gachas will be getting updated as well. There is also a bundle that's coming with a time limited unit exchange ticket, adventure ticket, assist ticket, and other stuff as well. More so for the paid people. All right, a new event is coming. It's called Grand War. All rivals are here again. Challenge and clear all quests. Now this event, I would say, is primarily for those who have all the units that have come out in each and every single event we've had. Because what you need to do is basically go into this high difficulty event, and each stage will basically be enemies from past events. So you'll have enemies from Eyes in Wonderland, the Cyber Ops event, stuff like that. And it's not easy at all, to be quite honest, because you will need specific units and you will get rewards as a result. The first time you clear the final stage, you receive a 4-star guaranteed 11 draw ticket. And if you clear all stages, you can earn Hero Light ×5 and the feat of Grand War 2022. Personally, I would say skip it. In all honesty, don't risk it. If you can do it, fantastic. If you can beat it, go for it. But if you cannot beat it, and if you don't have the units to beat it, just don't stress yourself, because at the end of the day, you shouldn't be stressed that you can't beat an event, whereas maybe like top players can, because this requires you to wail out on the game. And if you don't spend on the game, you're not going to be able to do this unless you've been extremely lucky with each banner and managed to get every single unit, right, to be able to go up against these enemies. So I would say be careful. Not a lot of players even care about this, in all honesty. Veterans tend to ignore it unless they have the teams to do it. So yeah, that's just something to bear in mind. And to be quite honest, the rewards aren't really worth it. You guys can see 5 Hero Light isn't, an amazing amount, to be quite honest, right? So I would say just ignore it if you can't beat some of the stages. Try and at least beat some of them, because you still do get iris rewards for clearing them, but like you don't need to clear every single one of them. Just try and see if you can clear maybe like 1 or 2 of them. Or like, for example, if we have the if say for example you have the Cyber Ops units and the enemy is weak to thunder or earth, right? Well, all you need to do is take your earth team. If it's capable of beating it, great, go ahead and beat it. If it can't beat it, move on with life, right? That's basically what I mean when I say you can try and do it, but don't stress out when you're doing it, to be quite honest. So yeah, the event schedule is here. So we're going up against Basilisk. It's a worm type. Then the Spirit Shadow, it's Phantasma Killer, is going to be effective. Deadly Hornet is going to be Insect Killer. Mecha Gross is Material Killer. Wyvern is Dragon Killer. Large Framorian is Beast Killer. And Balor is Giant Killer. And obviously the difficulties are on the right hand sides. 120 is about, I would say, EX level or a little bit higher than EX level, and then of course 140 is the hardest there. I think Balor is I'm pretty sure it's from the Knights of Fianna event basically, so yeah, keep that in mind. Okay, 7th zone, EX difficulty added. So right now in the game, when you go into 7th zone, you only have normal, hard, and very hard. They are adding an EX difficulty, which means a little bit more iris, and B, more equipment ascension materials, which is fantastic for a lot of players. The only thing I don't like about this is that the amount you earn from EX is the same as VH, which I think it should be like 20 instead, if not maybe 24, but I think 20 at least should have been what it is. Having it at 16, just like very hard, isn't that great in my personal opinion, but it is what it is. So the EX difficulty has been added to the high difficulty quest 7 zone. Enemies will have more HP and hit harder than they do on very hard. What a shocker. Create a party with the perfect set of elements and killer abilities and head into battle. Now, so far, when you took the light team into, like, say, very hard, you could still beat it very easily. Maybe it would take a couple more extra turns, but you could beat it very easily. Now, however, I do believe you will need to be on element to be able to beat the EX difficulty. So say you're going up against the dark zone, you will definitely need to take a light team. You can't take anything else. If you're going into the fire zone, you need to take a water team and nothing else. So I expect it to be something like that, to be quite honest. So be on the lookout for it. Don't think this is going to be easy. Give it a shot and let me know what you guys think. I might actually do a video on it and see how difficult it actually is, to be quite honest. We'll see. Alright, thanks for JP 5.5 years, a total of 5,500 iris present, which is very nice, right? It's really, really cool that they're actually giving 5,500 iris out to players. It's fantastic. The only issue is 2,000 of that iris has already been given out through these 2 login bonuses, which is, thanks game, appreciate it WFS. I really, really appreciate it when literally 2,000 iris has already been given out, but it is what it is. We still have 3,500 iris to come from the game, which is very, very exciting. So there's that. But one of the biggest news pieces that we got in this week was Undertale Skira is going to be renewed. They are changing it entirely. It's going to be massively rehauled. From our understanding, it's going to be going from what is an effective PvP game to a PvE game. So let's go over it. So they're calling it the Telskira Abyss, which I funnily referred to it in Discord as like, oh, they're just copying Spiral Abyss from Genshin now. But no, it's a bit interesting because the way they've structured it is they've got this menu. I still don't know exactly what any of this means in particular. But one of the biggest reasons why we believe it's PvE is, one, there seems to be a score on the left-hand side. One, that's a lot higher than the normal scores we get. But two, if you look at the bottom of your screens right now, right, you can see that there is elements as well as my face is covering it. But on the right-hand side, after the elements of fire and wind, there is a killer type. So, there is going to be bonuses for the season. So for this season, I think when we were looking at the live stream, it was fire and wind was a bonus. And then the other type killer was like worm and material. So there is going to be weaknesses and, bonus, bonus elements as well. And that I doubt that would be in war games. It's definitely seemingly it's going to be PvE focused. So that's very, very interesting. I'm very curious to see where it goes and how they're going to change it. I'm personally of the favor that I prefer PvE a little bit more than war games, to be quite honest. Now, especially, right? I prefer PvE a little bit more than I do PvP. But we'll see. January 2023 is going to be the last month we get Undertale Skira. So that means from February onwards, it's going to be Telskira Abyss. And a number of monthly missions will change to coincide with the end of Undertale Skira. So there's that. We still have Undertale Skira for this month and the next month. It's only in February is where we're going to see the change happen. And it's going to be called Telskira Abyss. Alright, so Return of the Hero Part 2 starts on the 15th, which is Thursday. Well, I'm very excited for it. I'm going to be obviously sharing with you guys the full story. Don't worry about it. I mean, it's literally just Volume 11. But yes, clear every stage of Return of the Hero Part 2 to earn 400 Iris. Along with that, they're going to add more items to the event exchange shop, which is brilliant. I really, really like that they're doing that because otherwise most players have already exchanged the entirety of the shop already through the first part event, right? And especially because the materials for the event exchange shop are exactly the same. So I'm glad that they're adding more materials so that people have something to farm as well, which is brilliant. Okay, now we move on to the big one, the big news, the new rarity in Part 2's campaign information. We are getting a new Astreus. Now, a lot of people, actually guessed that Astreus was going to get a new unit. I was one of them. Obviously, I had a video up saying that he is finally coming, and he is indeed coming. Obviously, as you guys can see, he is of the dark element type, which is fantastic. And along with him, we are getting a new Bell who is light. He is going to slot straight into the light team. You already know he's going to go straight into the light team. But Gil, you said that there is a new rarity. What do you mean by that? This is what they are called. Hero Festa limited units. These are completely brand new. They are going to effectively be another type of unit. So like how we have already time limited units, we have normal units. This is going to be another one. This is going to be called Hero Festa limited units. And the best way to describe this category is, if you've ever played Dokkan Battle, it's like Dokkan Fest. If you've played Grand Blue Fantasy or Dragalia Lost, it's like Gala units. If you've played Precone, Princess units. If you played Legends limited units, basically. This is what they are effectively. These are what they are now. So Hero Festa limited units are basically Danmachi's iteration of those categories, basically. So Hero Festa limited units are a new category of unit, different from the current regular units and time limited units. You guys can see they have an orange tag to their name. Their borders are orange instead of the usual pink as well. It's very, very different. Also, their stats are much higher, but we'll get on to that in just a moment. But yes, Hero Festa limited units have their own limit break status boards. Step 1, 6 section of skill/development abilities unlocked. Step 3, a specific skill is upgraded. And step 5, 7th section of skill development abilities unlocked. This is sort of like assist right now, right? So for those of you who don't know how assists work, you have the +0 to +4 where the assist skill is the same, right? And then on when you get to +5, you can get that panel which will give them much more, which will make their assist skill much stronger. This is something like that basically. So step 1 will unlock a passive of theirs. Step 3 will upgrade a skill of theirs, usually skill 1, skill 2, or skill 3. And then step 5 will unlock another passive of them. We'll come on to obviously what these two units do and stuff in just a second, but yes, the unit illustration will become animated on the 5th step. So we're finally getting animated illustrations for these characters as well, which is insane. Along with that, we do have new items that will come along with it: Bravestone and Hero Bond. Now, when you sell extra dupes of these hero time limited units, you will be able to get 50 Saros and 10 Bravestone. And if you get 100 Bravestone, you can get 1 Hero Bond, which you can use to basically unlock a dupe in one of those characters, one of the heroic time limited characters. Now, obviously, that means we can't use Prism Bonds or Star Bonds. So it's a new currency, it's a new dupe system. It's going to be a struggle for a lot of players to actually get these currencies and stuff immediately, but I think over time it's going to be a lot easier for most players, I believe. That being said, though, I will say it is going to be a struggle. It is going to be a struggle. It's not easy. I do think that this is going to be a bit of a... It's not going to be easy for most players initially, but I think in the long term, it's going to be fine. In all honesty, I am very excited about this because just generally, it's going to be something refreshing to the game. It's obviously going to bring in a new level of power creep, of course, but I just like the fact that we're getting something refreshing to the game, and I think it's a good thing, in all honesty. And frankly speaking, we are going to talk about the banner for now, and then we'll talk about the units. But the banner is double gacha rate for 4 stars, but the format is very different compared to normal banners. So normal banners is a 1, 4, 7, 10 step, where, you know, those steps will give you a guaranteed 4-star, and then that's it. 10 steps and you're done. You can't do any more than that. This, however, is a little bit different. So you have 5 pulls, 5 steps basically. The first pull is 200 iris, second pull 300 iris, third step 300 iris, fourth step is 400 iris, and then 5th step is 400 iris as well. But the first 3 steps are only 3-star guaranteed. The 4th step is a 4-star unit guaranteed, but it can be any 4-star. And then the 5th step is a guaranteed new Hero Festa unit, and you can do this 4 more times. You can do this rotation 4 more times. So effectively, you're guaranteed 4 Hero Festa units, which can be either Astreus or Bell, and then you generally can get something else out of the ordinary in the other steps. Now, to me personally, it's just like a normal banner, except it's a little bit more expensive. This is about 2,400 iris more expensive than the normal banner, so it's a little bit harsh in that regards. But frankly speaking, I think most players should just summon on these banners from here on out. In all honesty, if you didn't save enough iris for now, that's fine. It's okay, because they will come back in the future. But if you've been saving up for a very long time, I would say just try and max out this banner immediately. It's so valuable, and the reason why I say don't worry about not summoning on this banner is because, like I said, it's exactly like a Dokkan Fest or Legends Limited unit or Precone's Princess banners or Gala banners, where this Hero Festa, we have two new Hero Festas. We have Astreus and Bell. Now, let's say next month for the Astrea record banner, we get a new Zard and Althea that are Hero Festa. They'll be featured on the banner, and they'll be the two new Hero Festa units, but they will add the old ones to the banner as well. They will not be in the regular banners whatsoever, but they won't be like time limited units when they will never come back. They will come back in the Hero Festa banners. So in my personal opinion, save up your iris for these Hero Festa banners. They are so much more valuable compared to normal banners. So 100%, just go in and save up if you haven't, if you don't have the iris for this banner, save up for the next one. 100%, you need to, you desperately need to. All right, let's talk about the new units now, shall we? Let's talk about them, and let me tell you why I think they are unbelievably broken. So once again, big shout outs to Jassy for being able to always do the deed and translate this information for us. Actually, I'm curious. Yeah, you guys can see it, but you guys can see the animated card arts as well for Astreus and stuff. But yes, let's start off with Astreus. These guys have a big passives and skills and special arts. So we're gonna take this slowly, okay? Astreus is for special arts is foes ultra dark physical attack with ultra on god rate skill damage plus 120% per self ST damage taken reduction buff and 30% HP steal, and adds 4 additional actions of foes mid dark physical attack with ultra on god rate skill damage plus 60% per self ST damage taken reduction buff and self 60% HP heal and extend status buffs by 3 turns. Ridiculous, because all you need to do here is, well, his skill does that for him, but all you need is the ST damage taken reduction buff on himself, and then he can get an HP steal, he can heal himself, he's dealing a lot of damage. It's ridiculous. This guy is crazy strong, and he seems very tanky. He seems very tanky. Alright, so S1 is 141 MP, self-fast barrier, 40% of max HP max. Now, you might be wondering, what's a barrier? Well, let me show you guys. Let me show you guys what a barrier is. So, barrier is a new skill effect, basically. So what it does is it exceeds your maximum HP. I mean, they haven't shown it really well here, but it'll be displayed as a yellow gauge, as it says down below, and it sort of displays a second HP gauge, basically. So it's basically extra HP you're getting, and it's sort of like a shield, effectively. It is basically a shield. I mean, that's what a barrier is, effectively. So it's Astreus' new skill, and I'm expecting it to be on future units as well from here on out, but it's a new ability. It's going to be very interesting to see how it works and how strong it can be, but yeah, it's basically making sure that you can get extra HP on top of what you're getting. So, for example, right now, if you had, say, Haruhime healing up a character, you'd only hit the maximum limit, right? Instead, Astreus, what he gives himself is extra HP on top of what he already has. So, in that regards, it's kind of ridiculous, right? It's kind of ridiculous in that regard. So, that's what barrier does, all right? Okay, so let's go on and continue with this as well. So he gives himself a fast barrier, 40% of HP max, and STR dark attack damage, light res, and ailment res plus 60%, and AoE and SD damage taken minus 60% for 6 turns, and adds 3 additional actions where he gets mid dark physical attack with ultra on god rate skill damage plus 60% per self ST damage taken reduction buff, and self 40% HP heal, and extends status buffs by 3 turns. Now, if you don't have his third dupe unlocked where he can upgrade his skill, right? This is the skill where it gets upgraded. So if you don't have it updated, then what he gets is a 30% HP heal, and it's only a 5-turn buff if not unlocked by having him +3. So that's something to bear in mind. All you need to do is get him to +3 to be able to unlock his upgraded skill 1. That's it, okay? Alright. S2, 89 MP, foe slow, super dark physical attack with ultra on counter rate and temporary strength boost, and self remove status debuffs, and foes remove STR magic and dexterity buffs, and foes P-res minus 40% and AoE damage taken plus 40% for 4 turns. Ridiculous. It's crazy how much he's doing there. Honestly insane. S3, 61 MP, single target, slow super dark physical attack, skill damage plus 60% per self ST damage reduction buff, and 30% HP steal, and self heal status ailments, and ST damage taken minus 60%, and ailment res plus 60% for 6 turns. Really good option even in Record Buster, to be honest. Really good option for Record Buster as well. All right, his passives are plus 45% light res and RA/counters or dark physical attack, 35% STR endurance, agility, dexterity, 60% damage on counter, 8% HP and MP heal, and then at +1 and +5 respectively, he gets 25% P-res, M-res, and 35% ailment resistance. Insane. Honestly, crazy unit. Crazy unit. He basically can get 100% ailment res through +5. Literally. It's crazy. Honestly nuts. But this guy is nuts. Bell is ridiculously powerful. Honestly, most players should probably go for him. Okay, we don't have the animation for him. It's okay though. It's okay. The animation is literally his sword is literally glowing like super bright. It's brighter than my future, to be quite honest. All right, Bell's special arts: foes ultra light physical attack with ultra critical rate, skill damage plus 40% per STR penetration rate and critical rate buff. And allies remove status debuffs and adds when HP greater than 1% of max, add 1 KO save. Removed is if HP is less than 1% of max. So basically it's kind of like RD's skill, except it's 1% of HP basically. So you get a free KO save even if it's 1%. Usually RD's is like 10%, right? If it's less than 10%, you're not saved. If it's greater than 10%, you're fine. Here it's 1% instead. Okay, all right. S1, 136 MP, self-slow light attack damage plus 120% and adds agility and penetration rate plus 70% for 5 turns. Gives himself 2 physical nulls and 4 additional actions of high light physical attack with a barrier of 20% HP, 20% max HP, and removes P-res and M-res debuffs, and if 10% HP is 10% of max, adds 1 KO save and removes it if it's less than 10% of max, which is ridiculous. If he's at +3 or less than +3, I should say, it's only 100% light and 60% agility penetration, 3 additional actions instead of 4, and it's mid instead of high light physical attack, and 1 null. Shield is only 10%. So technically, Bell's upgrade at +3 is stronger than Astreus's upgrade at +3 in the sense of how much it improves it by, right? So I would say be careful on that front as well. S2 is 74 MP, foes fast super light physical attack with ultra and counter rate and temporary strength boost and 30% HP steal. And foes remove AoE damage taken reduction buffs and P-res minus 40% for 3 turns. And gives allies STR and critical rate plus 60% for 3 turns. His S3 is a single target super light physical attack with ultra critical rate, skill damage plus 40% per STR penetration and crit rate buff. Now this guy is effectively a great 4th option for any light Wreck-It Buster team or War Games team. You are going to use him. He is ridiculously powerful, and I'll come on to why he's particularly powerful, even though, you know, there is a little bit of fear from Astreus up top right, who is capable of giving himself light res and everything. Let's look at this right now, okay? So he has the usual Bell passive of fast growth, null charm, 45% dark res, RA counters or light physical attack, 30% to all status, 20% damage on crit and pen. He also has Oxslayer, but it works on Astreus, and so do all other Oxslayer units. So if you have any other Bell from any other anniversary or even any other just Bell in general who has Oxslayer, or who have Oxslayer I should say, you can use it on Astreus and deal more damage. It is ridiculous. All right. Okay, so at +1 he gets 10% HP heal per turn, and then at +5 he gets 20% damage on crit. Awesome, 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 awesome. All right, so there you guys go. I think these 2 units are brilliant. It's phenomenally, they're so strong. And also, 1 second, you guys can probably see it. I mean, my face is covering it a little bit, but that is 1400 agility on Bell. That is 1400 agility on Bell. He is literally faster than most units in this game. He is the fastest unit in this game, I think. I genuinely believe he is the fastest unit in this game. It is crazy. It is honestly nuts, the power creep from these units. I mean, like I said, power creep is present in Danmachi, but this is definitely another level for sure. Alright, so Return of the Hero Part 2, clear all quests, get 400 Iris. Very cool. So this is the campaign we're getting for the 5.5-year anniversary. Free 11 draw, Hero Festa limited units are now available, double raids banner. You're getting the Knights of Fianna Gacha rerun banners. 7th Zone is adding an EX difficulty. Understealth Skira is going to get changed. Grand War is coming. So a couple of different things to be present as well. Hero Festa unit details. I mean, there is no details. I had to tell the details through Jasi. Alright? Come on now, Danmachi. please, I wish Danmachi would start adding the translations in these slides. You know, makes life a lot easier. I don't have, I mean, Justy is brilliant for his translations and stuff. He does a fantastic job. I always rate him, but it would make life a lot easier for so many people. Justy wouldn't have to, you know, wake up in the morning to do all these translations and stuff. Like, come on now. All right. But yeah, we're getting the Hero Festa Gacha. Free 11 draw every day. Knights of Fianna. This is all coming out this Thursday. Grand War, 7 Zone EX difficulty. Everything is literally right here. So it's going to be very insane. Very much looking forward to it. War Games training. Awesome. And then next week we have this Knights of Fianna Gacha coming, as well as Record Buster Fire Riveria, it seems like. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So we'll have to take our Wine into that battle. But yes, my Master of Familiar War Games is next week now. So there you guys go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think of the units and stuff. It's insane, man. It is honestly insane. Like I said, I think this is good for the game in a way, and I think it's good for players as well. Right now you're so spread thin by having to summon on, oh, maybe time limited units, but then maybe sometimes they get these cracked units that are brilliant to summon for, right? Instead, you can just summon straight up for the Hero Festa units, in all honesty. And a lot of people were actually discussing that. And it's true, because if it's like, you know, Dragalia's Gala banners, or even Grand Blue Fantasy's Gala banners, Dokkan's Dokkan Festival banners, Legends' Legends Limited banners, or anything of that sort, you're only going to want to summon on those banners in particular, rather than summon on these banners, summon on the normal banners and or the time limited banners. I still think there is going to be value for time limited units, but the normal banners are kind of worthless at this point, to be quite honest. So that's something to bear in mind. And of course, I will be summoning on Thursday. Please subscribe to the channel if you guys want to see, you know, the pain that we will be in summoning for these units. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out, everybody. Bye bye.